So welcome both of you. Thank you for coming to the Lotus Sutra Lab channel. Reverend James Lynch from the Richard Kosaka New York Dharma Center and the Dharma teacher Chris Peters from the Richard Kosaka Oklahoma Dharma Center. I'm so glad you guys are here with us.
I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. And we're in Tokyo. That's great. For the training purposes, we're all in here together, and I've been with you for the entire week as a translator. So the other day, James started talking about, and you joined, the conversation, talking about the how to respond to desire in a Buddhist context, and we sort of growing that conversation into more interfaith context and so on, right? So the Buddhism desire, selfishness is not the desire is a problem, right? But the selfishness of desire is a problem, right? There, you're talking about the positive usages of desire for the betterment of our society. Can we start with that?
Well, thank you for letting me start off with that. I think that there are two good things that were connected to that. Our desires are good. We need desires. We have pressure. We have to go to the bathroom. We feel pressure in our bodies. The desires are wonderful to have. But what ends up happening is when we have desires that exceed what we need, they can become selfish. And those selfish desires invariably run up against someone else's desires, and there invariably becomes conflict. I think that it's really important to realize what is the practice in Risha Kosakai. Practice in Risha Kosakai, and many forms of Buddhism, but Risha Kosakai in particular, is to say, hey, desires are good. We need desires. But at the same time, be mindful of what's happening to you and how your desires are impacting you and other people. So that's the key point there. The ability to reflect on oneself. Unfettered desires lead to damage and hurt for oneself and for others. See, Buddhism says there's a third way. There's a third way. There's a holistic way that says we are all interconnected as human beings, and when we understand our desires in that context, we'll come up with new solutions we would have never thought, as long as we have selfish, dualistic desires that invariably have to come into conflict.
So then the third option that Buddhism can offer, according to what you're saying, is that what would it be like?
Buddhism has a different concept of desire. There's the desire that we have as human beings, but there's also the desire that the Buddha has. Limitless joy, boundless compassion. Right? Those are key points. And if we know that, then everything can change. Because now you have possibilities you didn't have before.
I see, that makes sense. I mean, the Buddha's desire, in the sense of the content of the Buddha's activity, is a vow based on the Bodhisattva vow. Bodhisattva vow is the greatest desire, isn't it? Desire to save not only group A, not only group B, but what does it say? For Bodhisattva vow, right? To say, I vow to liberate all living beings, both group A, B, and the rest of all other groups, including yourself. So that's Bodhisattva vow to me is not the elimination of desire, but rather the ultimate expansion, the greatest possible desire to save all living beings. What comes to your mind, Chris?
Whenever I'm teaching basic Buddhism in Oklahoma to a group or with an individual, and desire comes up, sometimes it'll come up in the context of love and attachment. And I like to use a parenting context. I had a strong desire to spend time with my children when they're growing up. I have two sons, they're 16 and 18 years old. And my strong desire to spend time with them made me more loving towards them. I spent more time with them, the soccer field and at home. It made me more patient whenever the kids just developmentally brought in the chaos into the home that kids do. That's actually healthy. It's good. But as I said, my boys are 16 and 18 now, so one just moved away to college. So I have this desire to spend time with my sons, and one of them has moved away from home. And so I'm aware that can hurt a little bit, that he's not around as often anymore. But I can be happy for him, and recognizing that I do have some attachment there, and I do miss him, but I'm also happy for him. College can be a good experience, right? And he's grown up, and part of him becoming a healthy adult is me not being attached, me being mature as a father, and having the ability to also let go of him. And that'll keep our relationship more healthy, adult to adult, as he continues to mature throughout his life. And so I'll admit, I've got a little bit of attachment there. But I also have this desire for him to grow into a healthy adult, and I can use that to balance out my feelings of missing him. And then whenever he does come home to visit, you know, get fed, do some laundry, I make sure I squeeze him real tight. I give him a big hug. Give him lots of hugs.
You know, a lot of people make a mistake. They think Buddhism is suffering. No. If the whole thing was suffering, then we don't have to study Buddhism. We already know I'm suffering. I'm already a master at that. I'm already a master at suffering, right? I don't have to go to school to learn anything. The key is you learn to understand suffering. And you realize it's based upon your desire, right? Misplaced desire, selfish desire, attachment desire. Rechange that. The same thing that was causing you pain can give you liberation. That's why you don't have to change. You're already great. You're already wonderful. You already have the Buddha nature. You already can transform. You're already transformed. You just don't see it. That's why this practice is so, I think, amazing. Most of the time people say something's wrong with you. You're going to have to change. You're going to, you know. That's, yeah, we change. But we change in the sense that we reveal who we really are. Chris loves this phrase. I'm glad he gives it to him back. Your authentic self. He always says that. I want to be my authentic self. You've said that in a different way. One time I heard you say it on a podcast, to be who you are. Buddha is to be who you are. Chris is using the same, it's different language, but he's saying, I want to be my authentic self. I can be authentic now. I was hiding before. That's powerful. You know, most people are always hiding. We're hiding on our job. We're hiding with our children. We're hiding with our spouse. We're hiding with ourselves. We're not doing what Chris is saying.
Part of our practice is recognizing when we made errors and acknowledging those to ourselves and people that we hurt, and purifying, doing better, being honest with ourselves and with others.